This is Bill Littler. I'm excited to bring you this next episode. It's probably when it all said and done, she's probably going to be one of the best, if not the best, softball player to come out of our area here in Beaver County. Her name's Payton List. She graduated from Beaver in 2022. Of course, she was a 4-year letterman at Beaver. She also played. She was a star player in volleyball as well as basketball at Beaver. She's an all-everything athlete that we kind of labeled some of the girls here. She's won all the local all-star awards, but she has also won multiple Player of the Year honors. She's just a phenomenal player. She's a 2 times WPIAL champion in softball, and she's also a 1-time state champion in softball for Beaver. As I said earlier, she's probably the most dominant softball player that will ever come out of the Beaver County area. She is a freshman at Virginia Tech, and if you don't follow college softball, Virginia Tech is a number 10 in the final USA Today 2022 ranking. So it's a very, very good team, nationally known team, and she's expected to make a splash whenever she starts to pitch for them down there in Virginia. So with this episode, we're asking her some questions, and we'll get into a little bit about the name, image, and likeness of college athletes and now high school athletes. It's referred to as the NIL, and it's an opportunity for college athletes and now high school athletes to potentially earn some compensation for their name and images, and people who are buying shirts or using their name to get some benefit from it. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll have future episodes to talk more about the NIL and what it means to the kids in Beaver County, as well as the college level. But this just kind of touches it a little bit since Payton is a player who's involved in that. So I hope you enjoy it. We'll go through the introduction, and we'll catch you on the other side. I'd like to welcome Payton to the show. Thanks for joining, Payton. How are you doing today?
Good, very good. Thank you for having me.
Sure, I'm excited about this. You probably have more experience with this than I do, to be honest with
you. Just a couple newspapers, but other than that, not really.
What was your favorite youth softball memory in Beaver County?
My favorite youth one would probably be playing with my mom. Like, my mom was my coach and stuff like that, and we were, I want to say 8U or 10U maybe, but we were back-to-back champions one year.
Okay.
And my mom and the assistant coach started crying, and it was just like as a little kid, you see your mom and your other coach cry in excitement. Right. It just lights you up. Oh, just having my mom as a coach, obviously there's its battles. I'm sure you and Macy have some battles sometimes too.
Between us, arguing and stuff? Yeah, of course you do. We were pretty good at keeping it. I don't know, I'm sure you guys were too, but keeping it in the car and after the game.
Yeah, no, it was definitely more like that, and then just more in pitching lessons and stuff like that, along with my mom and my dad. Oh, it was like an STM those days. It's just.
If you can go back and do anything in your softball career again, what would it be and why?
And would probably be going back to the state championship and just enjoying that whole moment again. It was just so much fun with those girls. I would say that team wasn't very we all talked and we all liked each other, but we weren't necessarily best friends out of softball. But just seeing everybody come together like that and have such a great season, and all the hugs at the end by everybody, because there's a couple kids on that team that aren't huggers, so everybody hugs me in the middle of the field. It was just so much. It was just so nice.
All right, so talking about your pitching a little bit, what was your most effective pitch in high school? You
kind of talked a little bit about that.
My most effective pitch was most definitely my curveball. I could work it. I could work it in and out, like in on a right-handed batter. I could throw it inside as like a backdoor curveball, and then like most of the time when I threw that, a lot of kids just kind of like stood off the plate more,
Yeah.
expecting to pitch again. So then I'd throw it outside. So my most effective pitch was definitely my curveball.
The curve. Now I have to ask you, what did you throw Macy?
Oh, Macy, I threw backdoors.
Okay.
So it was all outside. So if she did hit anything, it would just go to Kayla Cornell, the third baseman.
I love watching her bat against you just because it's challenging. You know, it really challenged her to be, you know, really be selective and patient and to make
I
sure
know she
that
challenged me a lot. It was we always got into a full count every single time,
Yeah.
and then she just sit there and foul like 20 of them off. I'm like, Macy, please just put one in play, or
Yeah.
Payton, please just put one where she just misses it, like
Yeah,
one
right.
of the two.
And you got her more than she got you, so we'll give you that. Let's see. Tell me the first time you experienced that Virginia Tech football entrance, the Sandman thing.
So
What was that like?
it wasn't even like when I was at Virginia Tech. It was on my official visit. It was the first game back from COVID. The Virginia Tech was playing North Carolina. North Carolina was ranked, so like that just Virginia Tech wasn't. North Carolina was ranked, so it just made the game even more like they're the underdogs. Um, the stands were packed, like absolutely packed. Like, and to this day, people still post like the video of the one half of the stands, like the opposite was just like a bunch of sardines, like in a can. Like it was crazy. And me and the other recruits, well, actually, we were all committed at that point. We were in the end zone. Like, we got to be in the end zone and,
Like on
like,
the
literally, yeah, right there. And then as soon as but as they were coming out to enter Stanton, we were on the side of the field.
Okay.
Like, we were literally on the sideline where they ran out and stuff like that. And then just watched the fireworks go off, and then, like, everybody jumping and screaming, and
Oh
then
yeah.
they run out, and then after that, the song stops, like, playing on, like, the radio or sound system, and then the whole stadium just sings it, and it's just clear. It's clear as day, and it still sounds like the sound system is playing it.
Yeah.
So it was just crazy. What influenced me wanting to go there was just like when I thought of college and I saw that campus, like I was just like, holy crap, this is what I've been
That's what you were
this
thinking.
is this is what college is in my mind. And I visited a bunch of other campuses. Like I went to NC State, I went to Louisville, obviously I've seen Pitt, and those were just like, I don't know, they're just like not what I wanted when I was there. Plus, I didn't want to be in the city at all. So, like, when I saw the campus, that's also influenced me. The coaches influenced me a lot too. I really like the coaches, and knowing Coach Gillis, who's the pitching coach, is like such a big name in the men's softball
Okay.
world. Like, I thought that was really cool. So, I knew that I was going to learn a crap ton from him.
How was the adjustment from high school to college and balancing studies and softball?
Well, so they made it super easy with the mandatory study hall hours and like having the advisor and stuff. But like the other hard part of it is just still mentally like because you want to fit in with the girls also. So the girls have like the older girls held like a couple things, like a couple get-togethers, so we could all hang out, get to know each other,
Yeah.
stuff like that. No, like Virginia Tech, like this is my family, and which I'm really like happy for is that this team does really like want to be a family and stuff like that.
Did they recruit you for hitting too, or just pitching? I guess is a
Yes,
good way
they
to.
recruited me for hitting
Okay.
too. Yeah, so like practices is I'll have like an hour bullpen, and then I'll go in with whatever groups in there and I'll start hitting with them.
Can you explain what NIL is?
So NIL is just like the athletes making money off of their likeness and name.
Okay. I saw that you are a client with M7 Sports.
Yes.
Can you tell us how they're helping you and what they're doing for you?
Yes, so M7, they are an agency who like kind of represents me. The one that I have now is Cocoa Goods, and it's like It's coconut water. It's coconut chips.
Okay.
And like this coconut oil for like your hair and your nails is really good for you.
Okay.
I post about them like that, like they're like, here, post this many times and we'll give you this. Personally, I didn't like coconut water, but their coconut water was really, really good. Like, it was
Okay.
good. And they have like this pineapple infused one that was amazing. And I drink it after practice and stuff, like,
Okay.
because it's super hydrating. One of the things I'm about to sign up for is called like Rowback U, and it's like a clothing brand and stuff like that. So then like I promote their stuff. I get like a code, and you can get a certain amount off of their brands.
One of the things that elite athletes do that not many kids do anyway is they have both team and personal goals. So can you share with us some of the goals that you have going into the 2023 season?
Going into this season, a couple goals that I have personally is to work on being a really good teammate. So growing up my whole life, like I've always played and stuff like that, and now going into where I'm not going to, like I know I have to support everybody and I have to be that good person, because not only the people on the field make the big difference, like the people in the dugout supporting them through like little mistakes and stuff like that. That is super, super important.
Yeah.
So being a great teammate, putting as much work in as I can for myself, to benefit the team. Another personal goal is to mentally stay out of my head and don't let little things bother me,
Yeah.
which is something I really have to work on. But just knowing that like the game is a game of failure and stuff like that, and like little mistakes don't matter as long as you bounce back and you keep that positive attitude, because that's what really matters.
Yeah.
Some team goals is to be like super connected and everybody understand and know that you can help anybody on the team. That's just to like know that everybody has your back and you have their back, and just being a family and understanding, and always being there.
So for the young pitching fans that you have, I know you have a lot of fans in our area for sure. What is the most important tool for young pitchers to learn?
So I would say just keep working, like never give up on yourself just because I used to do that. I'd have a lesson where I'd throw like, holy crap, like that was so good. And then I'd have another lesson that it was like, oh wow, that
Wasn't as
was
good.
the worst I've ever thrown. Like, you're gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days. And it counts how many good pitches you're throwing. And you can have like good bad pitches where like the spin is right, it's just not in the perfect spot.
Okay.
So like most lessons you have, like they may not even be as bad as you think it is because you're not hitting the right spot correctly. But as long as your spin and your form is there, don't beat yourself up, would be like my main thing, is like just keep pushing and keep going, and it's you're gonna get better every day you practice.
Yeah.
Me personally, I struggled with like mental health issues, and like Virginia Tech has such a good program to reach out to, and like our team exercises with like a doctor and stuff like that, and his name is Dr. B, and he's such a great person, and like there's always people out there to listen to you. But I just don't want to put my problems on other people, and it's
Right,
just
I
easier to
understand.
keep it in. Just know people always will listen to you.
Yeah.
You always have someone to talk to.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best at Virginia Tech.
Thank you.